Welcome to This Is SoIN. I'm Angie Fenton. This morning, join us as we're welcomed into a home that once served as New Albany's first brewery. We talk with Martha Stewart wine writer Sarah Tracy about the best wines to sip this holiday season. And one Southern Indiana animal rescue is doing big things with a small group of volunteers, and they could use all of our help to further their efforts. But first, we indulge in one of Southern Indiana's much revered restaurants in this week's Extol Eats with contributor Dan Farmer.
I'm here with the owner and proprietor of Pinestone Union, Joe Phillips. Joe and I have been friends for a couple of years, so I was so excited to have him on the show, and I'm more excited to try his food, if I'm being honest. But Joe, if you would, tell us a little bit about the history of Pinestone Union and how you came up with the concept.
We've been open for 3 years this August. I grew up, to make a long story short, working for various segments of the industry early on for the Irish, and it always resonated with me, pubs, my family lineage, and then when I got offered this space, it just fit.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you this, it does not get much better in Southern Indiana when it comes to pubs in Pinestone Union. It's such a fun atmosphere to be a part of. We're gonna be trying some food out here upstairs in just a couple of minutes. So Joe, I really appreciate you having us here today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Always.
Always. See you upstairs.
So what we got here is our chicken korma. It is a shrimp base and tomato base sauce that is made for about 2 hours and stewed. And then we have a marinated chicken, and that marinates for about 2 hours, and then we slow cook it. It's chicken thigh. Right here, we have a sog paneer. Paneer is an Indian cheese that has the consistency of tofu, very popular with vegetarians. Sog is a local mustard green and spinach and tomato-based sauce that we stew for about 6 hours. So right here we have our vindaloo, which is my personal favorite. Vindaloo is a potato and lentil base. It also has red pepper, cashmere pepper, so it does have that spice.
All right, so it's time to get to my favorite part of Extol Eats, and that's when we dig into the food, and we're gonna start off with the vegetable vindaloo. It's got some Portuguese origins to it, which was then migrated to India and created, and we are gonna dive in. Let's take a bite. Make sure we get some of these lentils. Make sure I get me a Brussels sprout with a little bit of rice. This is gonna be a big bite, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seatbelts. I can taste where it's been stir fried. It's got a nice sweetness to it with a little bit of heat. Very delicious. Vegetarian dish. I'm going back in for seconds, guys. I can't help myself. I love this. Oh my goodness. If you come to Pinestone Union, trust me, you can do no wrong by ordering the vegetable vindaloo. Amazing. All right, next we're gonna dig into the chicken korma. We've got a coconut milk base to this with shrimp paste. It's got chicken, it's got rice, and it looks nice. Let's dig in. Slow roasted chicken, creamy, delicious. Oh my goodness. Some of the best korma I have ever had in my life. I love this so much. We're gonna go in on this onion chutney and mix that in with a little bit more korma because we have so many options and flavors that we can put together on these plates. So much versatility in the food here at Pinestone Union. Oh man. That onion chutney gives us a little crunch, a little texture with this chicken korma. Very delicious dish. I would order this every time, guaranteed. Love it. All right, we're going to dish number 3, and we're going back to a vegetarian dish. This is a sag paneer. Paneer is a type of cheese. That's not tofu, ladies and gentlemen. That is cheese, and a delicious cheese at that. And then this is a lemon yogurt sauce over top of the bed of rice. We're going to make sure we get a little bit of that cheese. We're going to make sure we get a little bit of that vegetarian option with some rice. And let's dive right in. It's got a nice crunch to it, and the cheese is actually seasoned, which makes it even better. It really pops in your mouth. Now, we've got this wonderful naan bread from Levin Bakery right here in downtown New Albany, and we want to show you today, with this type of cuisine, it does not matter about getting your hands a little bit dirty. We like that here. So I'm going to go into this coriander sauce, and I'm going to scoop up some of this sag paneer. And let's go in. I want to get my hands a little bit messy. It's just more fun that way. Here we go. Oh, man. The naan's fantastic. That coriander pops. Minty, sweet, salty, delicious. There is so much to choose from at Pinestone Union. And when you choose dishes like this, you can also have a lot of fun with your flavors. So stop what you're doing and get to Pinestone Union today. I promise you, you will not regret it. That's a fact. Thank you so much.
Since our humble beginnings in 1908 as New Washington State Bank, we have offered banking the way you want it. Now known as NWSB, we have branches in the communities of Henryville, Charlestown, Borden, Jeffersonville, Sellersburg, Scottsburg, River Ridge, New Albany, and coming in 2022, a state-of-the-art branch in downtown Jeffersonville. As a local bank, all decisions are made right here in Southern Indiana. Our customers enjoy the personal relationships, and we value opportunities to show community support throughout the region. At NWSB, we offer myriad services and modern technology, from online banking to mobile apps with check capture. And we are always here to serve you face-to-face with a smile. At NWSB, you'll find banking the way you want it.
Once known as the Market Street Brewery, Joe and Jeff Sumler's New Albany residence is a stunner, to say the least. The New Albany couple recently welcomed contributor Brian Bell into their one-of-a-kind historic home in our next segment, sponsored by Daniel Marlin, Movement Mortgage Market Leader.
So based on the aesthetics on the outside of this building, people really don't know what they're walking into. What is the impression of your guests when they come into your place you call home?
Surprised, mostly surprised, a little taken back by what's happened here. I think most aren't expecting a place where we would actually live. So I think surprise is going to be it.
So as you were navigating your home search throughout New Albany, how did you come upon this property?
Well, it kind of goes back a little bit. I bought and sold, or actually just bought it and then sold it, but I had a firehouse at the corner of State and Union I bought and renovated and lived there for about 6 years. And so that open contemporary design was something that I really liked. So Joe and I were dating, and David Barksdale had told me about this building being an old brewery, and I'd always thought it would be such a cool place to renovate. And while we were dating, I rode by one day and it was for sale. So I got a hold of Joe, and we came and looked at it and purchased it and started from there.
So when you actually opened the door and saw what this space was and could be, kind of tell me the story of what it looked like and then how it progressed into what it is today.
Well, when we first came into the home, it was an old church. So it was set up as such. There was nothing to it, basically just 4 walls. And we kind of talked about it and started thinking about different ways that we could do it. We really didn't have a grand vision initially. I think it just came organically. It just took off, and we kind of designed one room at a time, one space at a time. There was a lot of stop and go and pause until we eventually just came up with the space that we have today.
So once you purchased this building and it became your home, kind of talk me through the design element and how it became the space that it is today.
Well, Joe and I both, when we came in and we looked at what we had, we knew that we were going to total gut. And so it was the four walls, the tall ceilings, and we both like contemporary design. So we knew that the downstairs obviously was going to be an open living room and kitchen together. And then upstairs, which was where they stored the grain in the building, and there has never been anything up there. That was going to be, hopefully, we hoped for 3 bedrooms and two full baths. And through a lot of work and back and forth, and I did a lot of things wrong that my wife had to correct me on, and we finally came up with what you see today.
So the historical significance of this property is that it used to be a grain factory.
Well, they use grain here, but it was the first brewery in the city of New Albany. It was called the Market Street Brewery.
And you were able to restore some of the original elements in the property?
To go back and say that we could pull out some of the history, we could not, other than the fact we do have a couple of pictures, or one picture in particular that gave us a history of the building, something we could grab onto. But for the most part, nothing else other than in a few books to tell us that there was a Market Street Brewery here. It was about all we could get.
So is there anything significant, like that is your favorite place or favorite spot within the house that you designed?
My favorite spot is just the downstairs. To me, it's warm and open, and just, this is where I want to hang out.
Is there any design element, Joe, that you really enjoyed putting together? For instance, like your kitchen or, the open floor plan?
I would probably say the master bath. It's a large space. It's one that we had to modify a few times to get it the way we wanted to. But it's a very relaxing space, and it's kind of a surprise when people come around the corner, and it's probably my favorite element in the house.
So you made this lovely space your home. Kind of what has been the community's response and how you've opened your doors to welcome everyone in the community to kind of see this wonderful space that you have created?
Well, we were on the Historic Homes tour for 4 years in a row. They wanted to do one that was a work in progress, so each year people could see the progress as we've renovated this place. And on the 4th and last year, we weren't quite done, so to this day, we still have people that'll knock on the front door and want to come in and see it. And we're always happy to let them come in and see what we finished with. And sometimes we'll be out in the store and someone will come up to us and ask us, did you ever finish your brewery and get it finished? So it's pretty cool to have that happen.
Hi, my name is Daniel Marlin. I'm the market leader for Movement Mortgage in the Kentucky, Southern Indiana region. Movement was founded in the heart of the economic crisis of 2008. And at that time, no one cared about the customer experience. So Movement came in and completely revolutionized the mortgage process with what we call our 671 process. Our goal at Movement is to make the home buying process fast and efficient and stress-free. So when we submit a file into our underwriting department, our underwriters have a goal to underwrite that file within 6 hours or less. Movement wants to be an active participant in the communities in which it serves. We want to reinvest in those communities to leave it better off than in which we found it. At Movement Mortgage, we exist to love and value people.
Cheers to the holiday season and to you for joining us this morning. I'm Angie Fenton. When it comes to picking the perfect wine, whether for sipping or gift giving, Martha Stewart wine writer Sarah Tracy has a few tips. The sommelier recently bubbled over with several from her Brooklyn home.
Finally, after a long 2 years, families get to gather for the holidays once again. So I think it's timely to have certified sommelier Sarah Tracy. She's also the wine writer for Martha Stewart as well. Sarah, how are you in Brooklyn?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm getting very excited. Holidays are my favorite time of year to drink a lot of great wine, and I have so many delicious holiday pairings to show you today.
Kind of walk us through. Go ahead and tell us, what are some of the ways that we can really celebrate? Because, I mean, if there were ever time to say cheers, I think now is it.
Yes, so I like to kind of pair wine with my favorite holiday activities. So I'll take you through some of the things I like to sip. But when I'm doing my online shopping, I think we're all doing a lot of that right now, finding the best gift for everybody on our list. And I don't know, maybe something for yourself as well. I love this Columbia Valley Riesling from Chateau Ste. Michelle, which is Washington State's founding winery and really one of the biggest and most important Riesling producers in the United States. Riesling is one of my favorite white wines. It's light and refreshing, and it's not all super sweet. This one is about medium sweet. So you get a nice, crisp, refreshing profile, but it still has a touch of sweetness. It's a real crowd pleaser, and I love to sip it while I'm surfing for those holiday deals online.
So, Sarah, I have that wine right here. Do you think that this is also, I'm going to several holiday open houses as well because I love the fact I think of a Riesling as being something that's incredibly sweet, but this one is different. Good gift to take in. Am I going to be a welcomed guest?
Yes, and a good tip, if you flip the bottle to the back, you'll see on the back label a little Riesling sweetness scale, and it'll show you if it's really sweet, if it's quite dry, or if it's really in the middle. So that's a great tip. Whenever you're in the wine aisle, you can just look at the back label of almost any Riesling. It'll show you exactly the sweetness level. So you have a lot of confidence when you're bringing this to your holiday parties.
I think I'm going to be invited back by taking your advice. What else do you have for us?
Okay, so for one of my favorite things to do in my neighborhood in Brooklyn is a winter wonderland walk where you get out and you look at all those beautiful holiday lights that your neighbors have put up. And for this, I love a wine in a can because it's portable and it kind of goes wherever you want to go. And there's a really fun festive one I'm into this year. It's from 14 Hands Winery, also in Washington State. And it is bubbles in a can. What's not to love about that for looking at a holiday light show?
When I first picked this up, I had to do a double take on that. Bubbles in a can. I mean, perfect. I love the winter time, but this would be a perfect kind of wine to take on a picnic as well. And even though I'm in southern Indiana, we've got Churchill Downs, Kentucky, horse country. It is an absolutely beautiful can as well.
Yes, and a great stocking stuffer too for any like adults that you're doing stockings for. Just slip that in there, and that's going to be a really nice surprise for them.
Okay, so what's next? What else should we be sipping this season?
All right, so for gift wrapping, I love a Sauvignon Blanc that's bright and zesty and refreshing. The liquid light Sauvignon Blanc is really fun, and it kind of inspires me to pick out all those colorful ribbons and bows. And to be honest, gift wrapping is not one of my favorite things to do, and I think having a delicious wine to sip makes me look forward to it just a little bit more.
That's for sure. I have to also say, with liquid light, 95 calories, less than a gram of sugar. I mean,
Yeah, so you can have like a little extra holiday cookie and not feel so bad about also having the glass of wine. So I do love that little trick for holidays.
oh my goodness, absolutely. I'm gonna have both. I think I actually have somewhere some snacks up there. I'll have both of those. And then last but most definitely not least, I am in love with this bottle. It is stunning.
Yes. So speaking of holiday baking and also gifting, so I like to sip on something. I love holiday baking to make all those little cookies and brownies and treats. And this is a red blend from Intrinsic Winery, and it is really smooth, really luscious. It's full bodied. It has a lot of dark berry notes with like a little bit of spice. And I love to sip it while I am frosting and decorating cookies. But it's also, you made a great point. The label is so gorgeous. It's a really wonderful gift to give. Like, you really don't even need to wrap it. It's so beautiful already. Just a little bow on the neck of the bottle. And this is by actually a street artist named Zimmer has created this gorgeous, beautiful rendering on the bottle. So yeah, great gift to give for somebody or just yourself.
I think it's absolutely stunning. Sarah, you offer lots of wonderful tips about what to sip, how to pair. What's the best place for people to keep up with you so they're in the know as well?
Well, come say hi to me on Instagram at The Lush Life, and I'll see you over there. I'll be sharing great holiday wine tips all season long, and you can get all of the wines today and the Drizzly app. If you haven't checked out Drizzly, it's just they bring it right to your door. It's really fabulous, and your local market or grocery store should have these as well.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Sarah. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to you, and cheers.
Same to you. Cheers.
My name is Bert Hodge. I'm the general manager of Heritage Ford. When I was a child, I stuttered and was dyslexic. I started my career assigned to a junior position on a destroyer, and ultimately I commanded 5 ships, 2 minesweepers, 2 frigates, a SEAL commando ship. I got a lot of exposure to some of the world's greatest leaders. When I retired from the Navy, it was with the intent to join my father here at the dealership. My dad has been an important part of this community for 30 years.
The business has changed tremendously since then, but our moral values have remained the same.
This is a business where honor and integrity matter.
If I'm fair to my customers, they'll come back. If I'm fair to myself, I'll be here when they come back.
I'm proud to have served my country, and I'm proud to sell Fords to my community.
My name is Jessica Staten, and I'm the Executive Director of CASA of Floyd County. Last year, there were more than 600 children in foster care in Floyd County alone, and this is what the majority of them were given to pack and throw their personal belongings: a garbage bag, the very item most of us use to throw out our trash. These children deserve better, and you can help. At CASA of Floyd County, we are seeking an easy way to ensure children in foster care know that they matter. By donating $25, you will provide a duffel bag personalized with the child's name that includes hygiene and other items that they can call their own. Please visit casafloydcounty.org to give a child in foster care hope for the holidays.
You're invited to join us at Trinity Church in New Albany to celebrate the gift of Jesus and the true meaning of Christmas with a casual, family-oriented service on December 24th at 7 p.m. At 11 p.m., join us for a candlelight Christmas Eve service of traditional carols and choral selections with a full orchestra. Come early and enjoy an organ prelude and 20 minutes of music beginning at 10:40 p.m. This Christmas Eve, you belong here at Trinity Church in New Albany.
I'm Elizabeth Stark. I am a foster and volunteer with Southern Indiana Animal Rescue. We are a home-based foster program with homes in surrounding counties of Clark and Floyd and Harrison and Crawford County, and we have a few in Louisville. When we are home-based, we don't actually have a facility. All of our dogs live with us as they are our personal animals. That way we can kind of get to know them a little bit better, and they have that family feeling. They're not at a shelter per se where they're living in a kennel all day long. They kind of get to sleep with us in bed and go do our everyday routines, you know, go for car rides, play in the backyard, stuff they wouldn't get to do in a shelter setting. We always need fosters. Within the last couple years, the need for animal rescue involvement is huge. A lot of people got COVID dogs, and then unfortunately a lot of people have gone back to work and realized they can't care for their dogs anymore, or financially right now a lot of people are struggling. So we are getting calls daily for foster homes, and we have to turn dogs away all the time, probably about 15 dogs a day. We're having to turn down in some fashion that we can't help because we don't have foster homes. And then unfortunately the name of the game is finances. We always need finances to help support our cause. We never turn down a dog from a shelter if the shelters that we work with call and say, hey, we have a medical dog that needs your help. We won't turn them down. We will figure out something to get the help they need. This is Jeffrey. He was found in a home that he was being severely neglected. He had open bloody sores all over his body, and he was probably bald for about half of his little body that he has. When I got him, we took him to the vet. We really struggled to get his skin in order. It's been a year and a half. His hair has grown in nicely now. We have realized that he has hyperthyroidism, and he's finally on a regimen of a monthly allergy shot that we get that really helps his skin. So he's been around. He is ready for adoption. He would love that forever. He He's a grouchy old man. He is what he is. He's a little dachshund. We think he's mixed with poodle. He would love you till the end of time because he just wants to cuddle with you. He loves being around you. He minds really well. He's crate trained and potty trained. He's an ideal dog. He just, to somebody to take on a dog with a little bit of medical issues. This is Freddie. He is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix of some sort is what we're guessing. So he weighs 12 pounds. Freddie came to us when one of our adopters actually saw him get hit by a car. Freddie had a very large wound on his back. And the wound required 15 staples. So we had to leave the staples in for a little over 3 weeks just to make him heal. And he is the best little guy. He's short and squatty, got just the best little personality. He minds really well. I have no idea what his real name was, but we named him Freddie and he's already caught on to that. So he loves to roll on his back and rub his little scar where his staples were. Loves to play fetch, loves to just kind of be with his humans wherever he be. He, again, is crate trained and potty trained, loves to go for walks. It's just kind of your go-to dog. He would be good for hiking and that kind of stuff because he really just enjoys being outside. Our website is SoINanimalrescue.org, and we have all of our dogs linked on there, all of our events, all of our happenings, our wish list, a little bit of everything. It's pretty user-friendly.
Thanks so much for joining us for This Is SoIN. We'll be back next week with a special Christmas edition. Until then, you can find us by following Extol Magazine on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great weekend.